Alright, so the only spoiler-free thoughts I can think of for this film is that, honestly, I think this is his best film. This might be the best film that Michael Bay has ever made, honestly. It's a really good movie. It sounds crazy because I've been hating on Michael Bay films with the exception of Pain and Gain since like 2009, but it's a good movie. And I think it deserves to be watched and debated. This is a solid effort from Michael Bay. Let's just attack this from the cast. Let's start with the cast here. I think John Krasinski as Jack. I thought he was really good. For some reason, though, it's just so weird, like, thinking of his character in The Office. And, like, I would have never thought I would have seen John in, like, a chiseled, intimidating, badass-looking mode, movie-wise. So that kind of caught me off guard. And I thought he did really good in this movie. The only thing that kind of irritated me about his character is that it feels like he barely. It's like he speaks in a low voice, like he speaks in such a low voice that it just fucking irritates me. I'm just like, speak up, motherfucker! What the fuck? Like every time he speaks, he's like, yeah. Well, we do. Like, it just sounds like he's speaking in a low voice and just pissed me off. Alright, I was just like, speak up, motherfucker. Yell, goddammit. Alright. I think the person who stands out the most would be the guy, James Badge Dale, who plays Roan. I really liked his character. Solid performance by him. My favorite character was played by actor Pablo, the character Tonto. I thought he was just awesome. I mean, I loved his sense of humor. There was this one time where he was dancing, and I think the character Boone was like, I got a gun right here that I can shoot you with. He was dancing to some stupid ass electro music. Jersey Shore sounding music. But anyway, I thought Tonto was great. There was a fantastic moment during the raid from Zombieland where Tonto he's on the rooftop, and I think he's talking to Boone, I think, and he's just talking about how like he doesn't get afraid, he's never scared. He just gets excited or like in the zone when the action hits, and I thought that was fascinating because I'm so fascinated by the mindset of these soldiers and this totally insane situation. Which the situation here is that this American ambassador, this dude, unfortunately his little surrounding area gets raided. And and he dies, surprisingly. I don't know much about this situation that happened in Benghazi, but he dies. And I love how Jack's squad, they all go to save him, or try to save him, even though they really shouldn't. I thought that Michael Bay did a good job of paying respects to these guys. Were there exaggerative moments or with the action? Especially, probably, but at the same time, I think that Michael Bay did a good job paying homage to the real life soldiers. Seriously, I mean, he just made them feel human, surprisingly, and badass, and just willing to lay it all on the line for the country. And I love this one moment blew my mind. This is when I was like, oh my god, Michael Bay has made a really good movie. I can't believe this, because I've been shitting on the Transformer movies. I do like Transformers 1. I gave it like a 7 or 8 out of 10, but I do love this one moment with Jack, where he's on the rooftop talking to Roan, and he's talking about how, like, man, it's, I'm thinking about my kids, And there's this one time where he was like FaceTiming his wife, and his wife was at McDonald's, and there's like this whole emotional moment going on. She's all upset about bills and about the kids screaming in the background, and one of the kids like mentioned that there's another baby on the way, and Jack did not realize that his wife was pregnant. You know what I'm saying? And there's this really tender, emotional moment. Moments in that scene that were like I laughed, that audience laughed, like I almost I felt emotional. You know what I'm saying? I was just like, good for you, Michael Bay. Like, goddamn. I don't think that you can go back to my Transformers 4 movie review and hear me saying that I don't think that Michael Bay is a horrible shit director. I think he's a great director who just, as of recently, just keeps making shitty movies because, I enjoyed the Bad Boys films. I enjoyed Armageddon. I enjoyed The Island, the first Transformers. I like Pain and Gain. That's a lot of films that I enjoy from Michael Bay that he's produced. So it's not like he's bad. It's just, oh my god, he's made some shitty movies. But I'm just blown away by this film. The action is fucking insane. All right, if there's one flaw I have with this film, I think it's like overlong for sure. Because holy shit, by the time we get to the attack on Zombieland, I feel like 2.5 hours have passed by that point. But the action is harrowing. It is riveting. It's in your face. This is definitely a flaw for me. It kind of feels. The director himself said this, that the visual aesthetic at times, or the action sequences are kind of sloppy, and this is true because sometimes the action sequences are so chaotic and they're so in your face. Sometimes Michael Bay's got a camera on the fucking on the gun, so it feels like a POV for a second when someone's shooting. There was this one sequence with this car chase where I was just like, whoa, where this actor, what was his name? Demetrius Gross was in a passenger seat. That scene was intense, but there's just sometimes it felt like it was just too in your face, the action sometimes. So sometimes it was a little bit hard to follow. Like, who the fuck shot who, what, But I don't know, man. I really enjoyed the film. I think it was overlong. I think sometimes just the editing and the visual aesthetic was just a little bit too sloppy and in your face for me. But other than that, I think it's a pretty solid film. I'm feeling a strong 8, like an 8 out of 10 for this film. I think the reason why I wouldn't rate it higher is because, I think there's just way better war movies, honestly. Black Hawk Down, Saving Private Ryan, Fury, Hurt Locker, Zero Dark 30, I think is miles ahead of this movie. But anyway, let me know your thoughts down below. I'm feeling an 8 out of 10, and that's all I got.